Hey there guys, this is Sam
And Justin.
at the Survival Review, and today we're going to be talking about Darkman 2.
The Return of Durant.
A movie that,
Shouldn't exist.
yeah, probably shouldn't exist.
It shouldn't exist, not because it's an unnecessary sequel to Darkman, but because actually this story of this movie shouldn't exist.
Yeah, it's not Darkman 2.
That too, yeah.
It's...
To be confusing, this movie was actually shot after Darkman 3.
Yeah.
Darkman 3 was meant to be Darkman 2, and it has a completely separate plot from the first movie. But once they realized they were able to get Larry Drake, who played Durant in Darkman 1, back, they shot Darkman 2, they shot The Return of Durant, and then released that first.
Here's the thing though, when they found out they could get Larry Drake back, they probably should have said, that's ridiculous, because the way he died in the first movie is...
Yeah. Mild spoiler for the first movie. Durant dies at the end, but he's the villain, you should expect that.
Yeah.
And the way he dies...
There is no way he survived. And so in this movie, it starts out, he wakes up from a coma. Okay, he's been in a coma for a little while. You know,
yeah.
Why not? And he's got a scratch.
Yeah, he has a scar
there, even though he was in a horrific helicopter crash.
Explosion. Yeah, a giant explosion and everything. And he wants to create this new super weapon to get back in the arms race. I don't know, and something.
Yeah.
And Darkman wants to stop him. And that's basically the plot of this movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it starts out Darkman doesn't really know he's back. Mm-hmm. The way he finds out he's back is Darkman is still working on his synthetic skin. He's still working on his skin, and so he meets this other scientist who's also working on this in the same city somehow. I don't know, whatever. And so this doctor is he's got a breakthrough. Mm-hmm. He's figured it out. He's got this skin solved. Yeah. So Durant kills him because he wants this location that he's at.
Yeah.
Because it would provide enough power for his weapon.
Yeah, that's right.
What a coincidence, eh? And so,
the whole movie's coming back to me now. I kind of forgot about this movie. But
now Darkman only has one vial of this new synthetic skin that could save everything.
The problem with this movie is just the fact that it's really dull.
Yeah.
It's really dull. And the movie focuses on Durant. You feel like him and his villains, as henchmen, are the main characters.
Yep.
Darkman doesn't really do much.
He doesn't really do a whole lot at all. Which is actually almost fine because Arnold Vosloo is a boring Darkman.
Yeah, Arnold Vosloo, who's best known as the Mummy in the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies, he plays Darkman in this. Yeah. He's just really bland.
Yep.
He's really bland.
He's not interesting, and I don't know.
But then also that is with the writing of this movie, because he doesn't have any. Now that I remember, he doesn't have any real Darkman freakouts in this movie.
It's very true.
He doesn't really. He's more of a superhero in this one.
Yeah.
In this one, and this movie feels cheaper, especially after watching Darkman 3 after this.
Yeah.
You can tell that they spent money and time on Darkman 3, and then they kind of rushed this one.
Definitely.
Because half the movie, you see him with his regular face, with the mask on, and that was obviously done just to save costs and time on putting the makeup on and everything.
Exactly.
And it doesn't feel like Darkman. You're just watching Arnold Vosloo solve a mystery, solve stuff, and it doesn't feel like Darkman.
And there are just some things that it feels like, I don't know. One thing that's worth mentioning is he's got this new setup, and rather than being in a warehouse, he's got this new Darkman's lab set up in an underground lair that he takes a homemade subway train to. There's no exposition to that. They don't show that he created that, but they do show that he created that in Darkman 3.
Yeah,
which is just another obvious they shot that one first. And
and even. I know it was a straight-to-video movie, so I wasn't expecting a whole lot, but even, the action scenes are really dull.
They are.
In this. There was a decent, car chase in the opening that really had nothing to do with the plot of the movie, but it was the best, put-together action scene. And, it feels cheap when, the climax takes place in the warehouse.
Yep.
So it just was... It was just kind of a dull sit for me. Larry Drake is good as Durant. I feel like even then he doesn't have a whole lot to do in this either. Not many people have much to do in this movie.
It's very true. It's just... It feels like the movie's there just for the sake of being there.
Yeah. There's like, oh god, we got Larry Drake, so we must do a Darkman 2 with him, because that makes sense. So let's throw that together.
Exactly, and it just doesn't work very well.
It's not a very entertaining movie. There's a few moments here.
Yeah, it definitely does have a couple good moments, but overall,
like we said, it's not as bad as it really could have been.
Yeah.
It doesn't completely do a disservice to like Darkman. It doesn't like piss us off. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't
exactly.
do anything bad.
It's not like a movie that makes us hate the franchise.
Yeah. It's not like one that was like one of those sequels that's like, oh god, Darkman 2. It's just very forgettable.
Exactly. And it's one that like you're not gonna go back. Oh, remember Darkman 2? What a classic! No,
I had a hard time remembering this for the review.
Exactly.
We watched it like 2 weeks ago or something like that. Already, I'm kind of like starting to lose it a bit.
Kind of blurry.
Although we have to mention, there's this one actor in the movie.
There is one dude who like is way better than he should be. He's
not better. He's way more entertaining than he should be.
He plays one of the henchmen.
Mm-hmm.
We just like him. I don't even know why. Like, we just like his mannerisms and like the little things he adds to his scene.
Yeah.
We just call him the guy.
Yeah.
Because he just adds this little in a couple scenes, and I don't know. We liked this guy.
Thank God for him. He really helped us get through the movie.
He really did make this movie watchable.
He did. So, out of 10?
Out of 10, I'm going to give the movie a 5. A 5 out of 10. It's not a bad movie, but it's also not really worth rating any higher than that.
I was thinking between 4.5 and 5. I just go 5 out of 10 like you. It's there. For the most part, it's technically well made, aside from a few cheesy straight video effects.
Exactly.
Like the super gun.
The super gun that's like supposed to be this super weapon that can destroy everything. That it's just a gun that
it shoots a laser and blows up a building. That's all it does. Like I don't know. I don't get what's so special about it.
Yeah, like
I don't
know.
It just seems stupid.
It's a silly little weapon for a silly little movie.
Yeah. So I guess the one good thing about this being released before Darkman 3 is that the series does get better.
Yeah.
Because Darkman 3 is a surprisingly entertaining movie.
Yeah, definitely. But we'll be talking about that in the next video. So until then, we'll see you guys next time.